Thanks. Well, the opening session was entitled Climate Change, ICTs to the Rescue. We began with a presentation on the Kyoto Symposium, which preceded this event. We then continued with a presentation from Donna on BT, from the host here, our very generous host, we should thank you. And we continued also with a presentation from the UK government, from Nigel Hickson, on UK initiatives in the field of climate change. We then shifted the focus to the global level with a presentation from Luis Neves on the Global E-Sustainability Initiative's new study, which will be published at the end of next week, where the work's been carried out principally by McKinsey. And those of us that have been working in this field, I think, are very much anxiously looking forward to that study. I think it'll put a lot more flesh on the bones of some of the statistics that we've been throwing around in this symposium. And then we concluded with a presentation from my colleague Art Levin on the ITU's background report for this event, and also a little bit more detail about the UN process. I think a few of the salient things that came out of the session were, as I said earlier, the range of disagreement about what is the real impact of ICTs on the environment. Sorry, the real impact of ICTs in reducing greenhouse gas emissions. We saw a number of different studies, but I think what's important is to remember that not so much how much they're growing by, but how much we can reduce them by. And I think certainly in the studies from BT, there were some very impressive statistics on what can be done by a corporation, what can be done by individuals, what can be done by individual countries in terms of reducing their own carbon footprint. Another thing that came out of the session was that although many technologies are already available, what's probably more exciting is the technologies that are on the horizon, things like next generation networks, for instance. And it's clear also that it's not only technology which is important, but also cultural and behavioral change. And then I think finally the one clear message that came out, particularly in Luis Neves' presentation, is that investing in ICTs to reduce greenhouse gas emissions is really a smart opportunity. It's smart in the sense that it saves the planet, but it's also smart in the sense that there are significant cost reductions that can be achieved. So I think that pretty much summarizes the session. I don't know if any of the speakers from that session want to add anything, but I very much enjoyed moderating it, and I hope you enjoyed it.